Broadcast today. Of course, my name is Twitwi. I want to especially welcome you and say thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast today. Okay, so today on 30 minutes with Twitwi, these are the things we'll be talking about. First and foremost, of course, it's about Madagascar. Yes, the World Health Organization said that they will test the Madagascar COVID-19 drug. So that is according to the regional director of World Health Organization office in Africa. And then away from that, Lagos State Government, as announced by the governor, His Excellency, they'll definitely be opening up activities in the states, other businesses, mosques, and other religious houses will soon be open to business in Lagos. And of course, lastly, on the program today, we'll be talking about the position of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria on the COVID-19 drug. So according to them, it's a shame that we'll be going this direction. So guys, welcome to 30 minutes with me, Twitwi. Of course, if you are listening live on radio, on YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook, I welcome you to our program for today. So this is just from my living room. It's going to be for 30 minutes. We just talk about these issues. I want to ask you to also join in. You can drop your comments. If you drop your comment, I'll bring your comments on the screen so that every other person watching will get to know what you are saying, what your position is on the issues we'll be talking about. So all you just have to do is drop your comments if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, of course. So we'll bring your comments live for everyone to see, and I'll swear read it for our audience on radio. So you can listen to us on radio by going to www.cinnigeria.com/radio, or you watch live on YouTube at CIN Nigeria on YouTube and on Facebook. But on Twitter, it's at Twitwi. That is my Twitter handle. So broadcasting to my Twitter handle directly. All right, so let's touch on the first issue. As the governor of Lagos State has said, this is one of the things the governor said. He said they'll open up, but there are some conditions that must be met. And by the time the religious body and other businesses meet these conditions, then they will be open up for business. But one of the things they can assure everyone is that business like before. So some things will have to be put in place for religious houses and businesses. They must meet social distancing. They must also ensure to have basins installed where workers and even worshippers can wash their hands before they go in. So according to the Lagos State Governor, one of the things they will be doing is that the guidelines include social distancing and hygiene. This will be the prerequisite for opening us up places of worship in the state. And also, he said they will be mandating LASEPA, that is the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency and Safety Commission, to begin the enumeration process, and the agency will communicate with all the relevant businesses and houses in days ahead. So I must, however, caution that this should not be misinterpreted as a license for full opening. It is certainly not. The state economy is not ready for that now. Now, may we talk about the state economy. The truth is, say, we all understand that we cannot continue like this as a nation. We know, say, Lagos, now where will they generate money for this country? So if we don't go back and stylishly start opening up business, this is going to get worse. If you look world over, you discover that most other countries don't they follow the same thing. Most other countries are as well thinking of processes to start opening up businesses. But one of the difference between other countries that are thinking of coming up, talk about Spain, the UK, and some other countries, you discover that the number of COVID-19 cases is dropping, is reducing in some of these places. But for Nigeria, for now, what we are experiencing is increase. The cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria is increasing. Yesterday alone, 173 cases in Lagos. Yes, 173. And then you go want to ask yourself, should we continue to stay back home, make government lock down, continue another lockdown, shut down businesses, and make the hunger come back again? Because remember the old issues that came up in Lagos when it all started. You discover that robbery and crime rates and all of this started. So firstly, let me just read a comment by Oluwamuyiwa Fatoba. You said, I don't really think it is important for religious houses to open up, at least not now. Okay, that is what you think. But then the government is thinking differently. Maybe we might want to say they are maybe due to pressure from the really different religious body, or the government just think that, okay, at this particular point, we need both activities, right? Because religious body, we know say they're not, they pay taxes. Yeah, they don't really pay taxes. And while we are talking about religious body, we never really talk about schools. So what will happen? Because the governor talk religious bodies and businesses. Specifically, they mention schools. So we never really know if schools will continue to be shut down. So what is going to happen with schools? Abu will continue with the online process. But then, just quickly, let me mention, remember our president is supposed to address us today, but through the government angle again, they've announced that the president will not be addressing us today. I don't really know what happened, what led to that, but it would be nice to hear from our president to know the direction, whether we are going to open up the country generally, because remember that the Ministry of Aviation had announced just this weekend that starting from June, they'll open up the airspace for international flights and all of the rest. But so much to say about this, but let's just take it step by step. So at that, we need businesses to open. I'm in full support of opening up businesses. The reason I'm in full support of this is that the earlier businesses open up now, the better we can curb unemployment. Because if you look around you, you discover that some companies don't sack silently, quietly. People are losing their jobs. And if nothing is done about this, what we'll end up with at the end of the day is that we would have increased the number of the unemployed population. Yeah, remember, according to the data released by Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, talking about the survey they conducted for last year, from 2018 to last year, October, that they released, we have over 82 million unemployed Nigerians. That is not good for us. So if businesses opens up, that means the businesses will be able to generate income, they'll make money, and some of them who are already considering reducing their staff strength will start seeing reason to suspend that decision, and for that, government will generate income, and maybe things will gradually start returning to normal. We know it's not going to be business as usual because we still have issue with the oil prices, right? Okay, let me just take, I think I have some other comment. Okay, yeah. This is also from Fatoba. Fatoba, you say other countries are trying to open up businesses, not religious houses. You're right, and that is the point. And they should work on reopening school. Yeah, true. And these are some of the things we really have to talk about. But we're just hoping that as time goes on, government will come up with that. Because one of the statements by the governor is that it's not going to be business as usual. And there's a point where the governor mentioned that we are reviewing, yes, and this is it, we are reviewing and considering how the phased unlocking will happen. If we see a huge level of compliance, then it can happen in the next 2 weeks or 2 to 3 weeks. And if not, it could take a month or two. It is until we are sure all these players are ready to conform to our guidelines. That is conforming to the guideline, which will include high level of hygiene and all of the rest. That means religious houses and businesses will have to put in place basins where people can wash their hands regularly, at least before going in. One thing I know for now is that we just wait. We just have to wait to see what government will come up with. But for me, I think they should open up businesses. On the religious houses, I don't really know. I don't know what led to that decision, why they want to consider that, because we know, say, we know they generate income from the religious body. They're not they pay taxes. All the religious body they do for now is worship. And as we can see, people they worship from us. People they will do online worship. So maybe we shouldn't be in a rush to open up the religious houses because we know they generate money from there. Let's be honest. Don't forget that, as I said earlier on, drop your comment and so that we can get to, oh, okay. I see this message now. Adeyemi, you want me to drop the camera so you see my face better? Okay, maybe I should reposition it like this. Is it better now? I've taken the microphone off. Okay, if it's better now, just let me know. Adeyemi, thank you very much for your message. Okay, but now I think it's better now. You can see my face a lot better. So that is just it. I think we don't have to open up religious houses now. But I don't know what the governor they see or what the government see. You know, say that they see what we not they see. So, but I won't believe in that pressure. Maybe pressure from these people. Yeah, you know, because some religious body don't they come up with different conspiracy theory that, oh, why are you allowing business to open and you don't want us to open? Why? You know, so, and government said you must listen to the people because even your governor now a member of a religion, right? So it belongs to a religious body. And also we know commissioners, people in government, they understand these things. So when the pressure start coming, they might iterate. So the other big thing I want us to talk about quickly is, of course, the Madagascar CVO. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Madagascar CVO. That is the Madagascar drugs against COVID-19. So almost everyone will don't hear about this already. But some interesting thing about this Madagascar drug is number one, the president of the country, a very young man, Rajoelina, has said repeatedly that the drug they work, and they've asked the World Health Organization for support. But over time, what we've seen now condemnation from the World Health Organization, discouraging people from taking this particular solution from Madagascar. And most of the claim has been that, oh, it's not been subjected to clinical trials and all of the rest. And Madagascar, don't talk and say, they're not doing any clinical trial. I beg your pardon. But one of the things they are sure of is that the drug works because most people who've taken the drugs in their country, they take ill of the virus, the coronavirus. So for this reason, will make me show us the data about COVID-19 infection in Madagascar. And this data you see now is something I got from the World O-Meter and organization and a website dedicated to information. So 322 coronavirus cases in Madagascar, 1 death. And this death will happen just 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago it happened that someone died. But 119 don't recover so far. And what Madagascar is saying is that the only thing we are using is the drug. It's our Madagascar CVO. Yeah, it's the Madagascar CVO. That is what we are using. We don't have any other solution. We've not tried any other drug. I'm not a professional, but one thing I'm always thinking is that if the World Health Organization don't make us understand that there is no drug, there is no absolute drug or vaccine for the treatment of COVID-19, but different country they use different approach to manage it, to manage the virus. So if Madagascar approach is this solution and Madagascar claims that their solution is working, why don't you just accept some of the drug, ask Madagascar for this solution and put it to all the trial and all the tests? So I said that weeks ago, but the good news is that just on Thursday, the World Health Organization announced that they are going to test the Madagascar drug. Yeah, that they are going to test the Madagascar drug. And this announcement was made by the regional director of the World Health Organization in Africa. Yes, this woman right there. Now she made the statement, and I feel very happy that yes, this now what we need to dey see, because the president of Madagascar don't shout and complain tire that is it that the world doesn't want to accept this solution because it is from Africa. They are going to test this drug and they will ensure that the director general of the World Health Organization speak with the president of Madagascar on the drug. So we go just wait and see what happens from there. But the thing be say this drug don't land for Nigeria. The Nigerian government will now have the CVO in Nigeria, and NAFDAC still they run a test on it before they now start at least issuing the drug or using the drug to treat COVID-19 or patients that we have in Nigeria. But something is on my mind, and I was thinking, if after NAFDAC findings, I hope say we no go hear another case say they work on the said the drug because we know things they happen for this country. I hope say after NAFDAC don't do their own test and verification, we won't start hearing that, oh, this drug cost us something. So for those who will be subjected to the treatment or for this drug to be available for the public, then you have to buy it, you have to do this. Well, we go only wait. We go wait. But there is more to this Madagascar COVID-19. The under angle to it has been the position of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. They are not happy with the federal government of Nigeria. That will be after this break. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. So, yeah, now let's talk about the position of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. And now this is what they have to say. In a press release by the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, that is, yes, this body here, Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. In this statement, so it's just covering some part of my face. So that's what we have there. They express deep concern and they are not happy with our government. And this is the position of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. Number one, they feel very bad that the federal government of Nigeria will, of everything possible, everything we've imported into Nigeria, think of importing a drug, agbo, like you know, saying agbo, they call those solutions, those are bad solutions for Nigeria. That they would think of importing agbo from Madagascar. They are not happy. So they are not just happy because they are importing the agbo. One of their anger is because we have so many Nigerians that have claimed to have solutions that can fight against COVID-19. But nobody listens to them. Everyone thinks, oh, because I remember Professor Iwu, yes, he came out to say he has a solution, something that can work for COVID-19. But nobody listened to him. I know the several press release by the Minister of Health and also the DG of NCDC was that people should ignore any claim, anybody claiming to have cure for COVID-19. So when he said that, I was like, okay, why didn't we reach out to Professor Iwu, who made a claim? Why is it that whenever we have Nigerian claiming to have solution to something, one of the first things we experience from governments is that government are very quick to just come out to say, nah, lie, don't believe it. So my position is that why? Why are we always quick to say no? See, this is what you should read about the press release. I cannot really read out everything now, but this is the anger of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. They said, since the outbreak of COVID-19, a number of them, that is Nigerians who are very good, have raised their voices that they have herbal and natural products that can be used to treat or manage COVID-19. Some even go as far as having a patent. Many herbal companies and producers have announced specifically that they have herbal formulations that can do what this invention from Madagascar can do. Yes. So, but the thing is that why governments not consider their solution? Because I remember also that the DG of NAFDAC have said repeatedly that she's working with the herbal manufacturers in Nigeria to see how we can start relying on our local products and stop the importation of foreign drugs into Nigeria. Because according to her, most of the things we import from other countries are actually their local products. So why can't we trust our local products? Yeah. So now the PCN, Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, they make this position also. And it's very sad that, yeah, truly, we have people who have made claims that they have these drugs. We have different research institutes because this is something in that statement by the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. They said we have about 20 faculty of medicine and 69. I want you to take note of the 69 that they have there. 69 federal funded research institutes, including the National Institute for Pharmaceutical Research and Development, and the National Institute for Medical Research. Why Madagascar, where we go import drugs from, them only get 6 universities and 1 faculty of pharmacy and 9 research centers. So why the federal government of Nigeria turned to Madagascar? Now we have the drug in Nigeria. We cannot say we take it back. But the thing will just be, going forward, are we going to see a government policy that will start releasing funds to the institutes we have in Nigeria, especially those on herbal medicine, so that we start creating and producing our own drug? We start developing our herbal solutions instead of, because another disease will come again. We have so many diseases in Nigeria where we depend on foreign drugs to treat. So now, like this, it won't be. Are we going to continue in this practice of anything outside Nigeria is better than Nigeria? Well, that is all I have to say for today. It's now time for me to read your comments and hear your view. What do you think about all of this? The Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, their position on the COVID-19 drug from Madagascar. They are not against the drug, but they are just saying that it is a shame that the federal government of Nigeria will consider importing agbo from another country instead of supporting our herbal manufacturers in Nigeria to develop solutions, and also not paying attention to other Nigerians who have claims to say they have drugs, they have solutions that can fight COVID-19. Yeah, that is just about the 30 minutes with me, Twitwi. All I want you to know also is that starting every Friday, we'll be having the hangouts here with myself and the guys. Yeah, you know, Kelechi Nkoro, Dr. Squared, Deji Fareme, and Titus. We'll be in different locations, not in this same spot. So we'll link up wirelessly, talking about using internet. Okay. So thank you very much for joining in. Adeyemi Lafo, thank you for the message. And of course, yeah, you said we should wait for NAFDAC. We definitely have no option. We have to wait for NAFDAC. Yeah, we have to wait for NAFDAC. And Akposiri Shokari, thank you very much for joining in on Facebook. Adeyemi, you join in from YouTube. And of course, Fatoba, who joined in on Twitter. Remember, we're live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So until tomorrow again, another 30 minutes with me, Twitwi. It will be different issue and different things we get to talk about. So I want to specifically thank you, or specially thank you for joining in. And there's so many others who join in, where perhaps I don't really know your name because I can only see the number of people that joined in. I don't really get to see everybody. So thank you very much. And thank you, Fatoba. So we'll get to do this some other time. And remember that I'll be having guests occasionally, yeah, who will join in using their mobile phone or laptop. So we have a system put in place to allow people join this video from anywhere. So if you are interested, you can join in from anywhere, any part of the world where you did, you can join in. So thank you, everyone. And don't forget, on Saturday, my wife and me and my wife get so many things to say, and we'll be streaming it. That is why we have these two share. You can see, right? She's supposed to be here, but this 30 minutes is just for me alone. But starting from Saturday and every other Saturday, together with my wife, for a program, my wife and I will talk about everything if you think about marriage. Yeah. So it's a wrap for today. We'll just wait to see what NAFDAC report will be about the Madagascar solution. And also we'll get to see how the conversation between Madagascar and the WHO will go. And also, lastly is we hope to hear from Lagos State Govt when they will open up schools, and also why they are considering opening up religious place of worship, yeah, and not just businesses. So thank you very much for everyone. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. Adeyemi for thank you. You are not even in Nigeria. You're in South Africa. Thank you very much for joining all the way from South Africa. Very grateful. Okay. So guys, this is where I'm going to bring the broadcast to an end. Please, for those who are watching on YouTube, I know you are used to the standard of what our videos and our production is. This is just from my living room, just a little space from my living room here. So I'm just using a system, and we put up some softwares together to make this look as little professional, so that it will just be my face. We have some of these graphics and everything you can see. So we'll improve on this, and as things open up, we'll definitely be reaching out to our correspondents across the country who will be joining us for live reports and other things. Thank you very much. This is the second time on 30 Minutes with Twitwi.